Hello, back with more Ben 10. Only a few days, well, after I've edited the last one, because what I'm doing is, because I've got the week off work this week, I am going to be batch recording, or what I call batch recording. Basically, I am going to record 3, maybe 4 episodes of Ben 10 and then have them all edited. Because from now on, I think, my Patreon is going to be, instead of a 1 week early access, because no one tends to be biting on that, because I grant maybe 1 week is not enough of an incentive to sacrifice $5 for it. So instead, it's from now on, early access is going to be a 3, maybe 4 week early access. Yeah, so from now on, if you're watching this episode, episode 8, then by the time you watch this on YouTube, episode 11 could be out on Patreon early access. So that's what we're going to try and do this week. The same goes for Batman. I'm going to try and do that, but it's Wednesday now, and I've got to record three Ben 10 episodes and then have them edited so that episode 7 can come out by this Monday. So right, got to push on. Last time we had the Kangaroo Commando episode, where basically the whole episode was about people ripping off other ideas. Like, there was an animator who made a cartoon show based on Ben's Aliens, but apparently he got it from the villain of the episode, who was Kangaroo Commando's twin brother, who was angry because his brother was the one who's taking all the credit, even though the villain was the one doing all the work. So it was very much about other people taking credit for other people's work and ripping off other people's ideas. And the villain was a perfect example of that, because he was the most cliche villain of all time. An evil twin brother. I think that was a one-off episode. I doubt it's going to be continued on into this one. I'm wondering, what villain are we going to get this episode? Are we going to get a reoccurring villain? Well, are we going to get a villain that we've already had before? Or are we going to get a new one? If we get a recurring villain, I don't feel like we need to see Kevin or Vilgax just yet, because those two have really cemented themselves as big-time villains. Like, when one of them shows up, you know it's something big. We had Charmcaster not that long ago, so I don't think it's going to be her. We haven't seen Hex for a while, so possibly. I don't know if I really want to see Dr. Animo, because I'm not going to lie, out of most of the recurring villains we've got so far, Dr. Animo is probably my least favourite. Okay, well, parents are back, so let me just go and see what they want. Okay, just came back from a shopping trip, so I had to unload all the shopping and clean it as well because of COVID. I was talking about villains, yeah. So, we've had a lot of recurring villains. Villains. Ghost Freak as well. Ghost Freak would be a great villain that I'd love to see again. And Zombozo as well. I'd love to see Zombozo back. It's been so long since I saw him. Last time we saw him was first season. Episode 9, I believe. So, to see a reoccurring villain that we haven't seen in a while come back, or to get a new reoccurring villain, would be great. Put in the comments and rank the reoccurring villains we've had so far from best to worst or worst to best, in your opinion. Put down who you think is your favourite villain from worst to best. I've got a feeling Kevin and Vilgax are going to be at the top of a lot of those. But yeah, this is Season 3, Episode 8, so let's just get into it. Actually, no, I haven't. Need to turn this on. Who are we? Nope. I did that wrong. Okay, I was stuck between two, but the closest one was forearms. So we're forearms now. Great. Turn that off, because it always interrupts me when the episode starts. So let's just get into Season 3, Episode 8 right now. Oh, the pig. Look at the pig. That's embarrassing. That's embarrassing, dude. That probably wasn't you did that. Definitely not. I don't recognize this guy. Don't recognize that.
Do not like that look in his eye.
No.
Right in front of me, bigger than life was a mummy, a genuine Egyptian Walking Dead mummy. Really?
Okay, I wasn't expecting them to burst out laughing, but they've seen some stuff. Ooh, hello, purple footprints.
I think that's where his tomb was.
An Egyptian tomb in South Carolina?
And you only just noticed it. The hell is that? Are they possessed? That's freaky. Oh, hello, accelerate. Wow. That's an awesome design as well. Oh god, I like this villain already. Did I just hear the TIE Fire screech?
Now, aren't you glad you went to bed early?
They look like me. Big job. I couldn't work on a farm. I'm barely used to doing 5-day work shifts. Whoa! Accelerate for the second time this episode. Yes, we love seeing wild mutt. Yeah, that makes sense. Diamond head to dig holes, that makes sense.
It's not like every day a mummy appears in a flash of purple lightning.
Purple lightning?
Purple lightning?
Just like when we crossed paths with that alien werewolf.
No way that it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
I'm not picking up trace readings of corrodium. It's a high-energy mineral, not naturally found on Earth. My guess is a meteor must have crashed around here a few thousand years back, scattering debris all over the area. That's what mutated those cattle.
So if that mummy gets his hands on more of this stuff,
He could turn every living thing on the eastern seaboard into the
Have those cows been tied up all night? Like that?
Did the mummies work for him?
Oh, that's actually so scary. That's so terrifying. This is a mad villain. Maybe the best one this season. Whoa! That's horror movie stuff. Wow. Whoa! Okay, Gwen using her magic. Can this guy be cured? Is that permanent? Oh, I thought it was a shredder then for some reason. But why would a shredder be in the ice cream factory? Okay, that was definitely a TIE Fighter screech I just heard. You're laughing at that? And it's still not dead.
It's sampling the mummy's alien DNA.
Yes. New alien. I love seeing upgrade, but I want to see the mummy.
What about the cows and the security guard?
Don't worry about them. They weren't exposed long enough for it to be permanent.
Don't make us go back there, please. We learned our lesson, Grandpa. We'll do our chores from now on, promise.
Oh, thank goodness. I'd forgotten how much I hated working on Uncle Jedediah's farm when I was a kid. Now let's get out of here before I get stuck on manure duty again.
Nice. That was a banger of an episode. I love that. One of the best episodes this season. Let's have a look at what episodes we've had this season. Okay, Ben 10,000. That was an amazing episode. Midnight Madness. That was the mall episode. That was a good one, but not as good as the Ben 10,000. Change of Face. That was the Charmcaster episode. A very good one, but still not on the level of Ben 10,000 or this. Merry Christmas. That was the thingy. That was the one where they got trapped with the elves in the Narnia episode. Fun episode, alright. Still not as good as this. Beowulf, great episode, but still not as good as this. Game Over, the game episode, great, but not as good as this either. Super Alien Hero. That was the last one. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was the last episode with Kangaroo Commando. Alright episode, but not as good as this one. Besides Ben 10,000, this is the best episode this season. Wow, what a great episode. With an amazing villain as well. I hope we see more of that mummy. I hope the mummy comes back, because that is a great villain. I probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to ask you. You named Blitzer Wolf or Blitzen Wolf in the comments of the video it was in. What is the name of this mummy? Like, tell me that, but don't tell me anything else. What is the name of that mummy? Because I want to know. After all, it's going to be a new alien. It's going to be a new alien now, so maybe I should know. How fitting that the mummy is the 13th alien for the Omnitrix. Todd and the Pig. I thought they were going to be a bigger role in this episode because that pig was just so cute. But no, just living on the farm with his buff mum. Like, she was huge. Like, if they cast that character in live action, I'm certain that Gwendolyn Christie should play her because she's huge. There was I wrote down possessed animals because I thought they were possessed, but no, they were just mutated with the corrodium, the alien substance, alien energy source, corrodium, as well as the guard, which that was some horror movie stuff. That actually looked very freaky. There was the chores, the alien chores montage of him just using all of his aliens to help with the farm work. The forearms one, he was probably doing that just because he could do either 2 or maybe even 4 cows at once with the whole milking thing. The wild vine part where he was feeding all the pigs makes sense because we saw him stretching his arms so he could feed them all at once. The accelerate one, I'm not sure you really needed an alien for that because that looked like a small chicken coop. There's probably like, 20, 30 chickens in there? I mean, I've never worked on a farm, I've never been in a chicken coop, so I don't know. If you're working on a farm, you're probably screaming at me right now because you're like saying, it's hard work, there's a lot of chickens in the coop. But I don't know that. There was the wild mutt one where he was mowing. I think he was mowing or something, but he was dragging that thing across the field instead of using the horse, which makes sense. You could have used accelerate for that one, but And then there was the diamond head one where he was digging the holes. I've dug holes for fences before. It's a pain. I've done it when it's raining as well. It's the worst thing I've ever done. Like having to dig like 6 foot holes. Well, not 6 foot, like 3 or 4 foot holes in the ground, especially when it's raining as well, just so you can get a concrete post. He was doing it with wooden posts, but I've done it with concrete posts. It is a nightmare to do. They said that the mummy showed up with purple lightning as well, which is a connection to the Blitz the Blitzen Wolf or Blitzer Wolf episode. Is that our seasonal storyline? These aliens showing up with all this purple lightning and looking for corrodium. Because the wolf episode, we found out that the wolf was involved in building this giant machine underground, and we never solved that. Like, I don't think it was discovered properly, and we still don't know if the wolf actually died. Is there some sort of obviously it's a connection, but is there an alliance between the wolf and the mummy? Because I'm really liking that. I'm really liking that if that's the season 3 storyline, because this episode and the wolf episode, 2 episodes that seem very disconnected from each other, but they are connected through something so subtle, just the purple lightning. Something so subtle, but it's building a bigger picture. And that is great. That's good storytelling. Maybe it would have been better if they were doing it earlier in the season, because we're more than halfway through the season now. That's great. That's great if they're actually doing that. I just love it when small pieces of the puzzle are seemingly unconnected, and then they all come together in one big picture that's just an amazing finale. It's different because the finale of season 2 was great, but there was no build up to it whatsoever. Like, besides, I suppose the finale of season 1 and then the episode with Kevin in space with a build up to it, but it doesn't seem as well thought out as this so far. I mean, this could all fall apart, but I hope it doesn't. If we get some sort of like team up of different aliens, different monsters, like a mummy and a werewolf, are we going to have like a zombie or something? Like a monsters season finale? 'Cause that is something I'm very interested in if that works out. Ooh, I'm excited. I get to do 2 more episodes today as well because I'm batch recording. I'm going to try and get to episode 10 today. Well, obviously I say I've got to do 2 more. Episodes 9 and 10 have got to be done today as well. And and hopefully if I get them done, episode 7 will be out on... It's 7th of October now, it's a Wednesday, so... I think that's the 12th. I think that's the 12th I'm looking at right there for Monday. So hopefully... Well, no, it'll be the 13th because it comes out on Tuesday. So hopefully by the 13th of October, episode 7 will be out, and then you'll be able to watch all the way to episode 11 by the time that comes out on YouTube. And yeah, as always, this will be available full length on Patreon when it comes out on YouTube, of course. So when this video comes out on YouTube, you'll be able to watch it full length on Patreon. But if you're subscribed for $5 a month, not only do you get that $3 full length access, but you also get early access. So by the time this video comes out, episode 11 will be out on Patreon. So be sure to look out for that, because you want to watch all the way to episode 11 and you want to get full length to all episodes so far, go for that $5. But something new will be coming. Like, I've got to work out how to get it done properly, but I have a $10 tier on Patreon as well, and that will be full-length movie reactions. So yeah, I've got a list down of certain movies that I want to do right at the moment. Let me see if I can get up the... I think I wrote them down on this phone, because I've got 2 phones. One I'm recording on and this one. So right now, for Patreon, there might be a poll at some point, but I got a lot of full length ones written down. I'm thinking of doing all 3 John Wick movies, full length reactions to those, because I've not seen them. 2 animated Batman movies which I haven't seen, Gotham by Gaslight and The Dark Knight Returns. I still haven't seen those. The Lion King 2019 version, I still haven't seen it, even though Lion King is my favourite Disney movie. The 2017 Beauty and the Beast movie, still haven't seen that. This will be one that I'm sure will get a lot of people excited. My friend Liam, you've seen him in my videos before, he's been in the Clone Wars videos with me. He has not seen Space Jam. You know, the cartoon, the Looney Tunes basketball Space Jam movie. He's not seen it, so hopefully, if he can eventually get to my house, hopefully, because he lives in Stafford, but obviously, restrictions, we will do a full-length reaction to Space Jam. I've seen it. You'll be looking at his reaction for that. Also, an animated movie from my childhood, Balto, an animated movie. Great movie. We'll be doing that full-length reaction to that for Liam. V for Vendetta. I've not seen it. That should be a movie that I should react to on Patreon. Sicario. I still haven't seen Sicario or Sicario 2, so those might be full-length. 1917. I've heard it's a great movie. Prisoners. I believe Hugh Jackman, Jake Gyllenhaal are in that. Dunkirk. Still have not seen that. Christopher Nolan movie. Great. Blade Runner. Original Blade Runner and the I don't know what year it came out, but Blade Runner 2049. Still have not seen them. The Revenant. That's one I'm really interested in watching because it finally got Leonardo DiCaprio his much deserved Oscar. Mad Max Fury Road. I think there's been more than that, but I have to be sure. Gladiator, a classic movie that I haven't seen, but I really want to see it, so that could be a full length on Patreon. And the Lethal Weapon movies. Haven't seen them all. I don't think I've seen any of them full length, so yeah, those are just options now. A poll will be coming out sooner or later listing 5, maybe 10 of those movies, and then you'll be able to vote which one you want. But right now I need to work out how that will work. So put in the comments if you're interested in that, or maybe even movies that you want me to react to full length on Patreon. Because I do want to do this full time. I want to be able to do YouTube full time. I want to provide that content for you. As, like I said, this was an amazing episode of Ben 10. Probably, definitely up there with Ben 10,000 for this season. One of the best 2 episodes this season. Maybe one of my favourite episodes in general. Tonight I've got to record reactions to 2 more, and then hopefully tomorrow I'll be editing all 3 of those. Onwards and upwards with the grind, because I've got to catch up. I've missed a lot of time off of YouTube due to me being lazy, I admit it, and then unforeseen technical issues. So yeah, until next time, we are over and out. Bye!